All right, so today we are taking a look at the Nexxspeed Hi-Capa nozzle, and this is obviously going to be a very pretty looking nozzle. This one is blue aluminum anodized, and sort of going over the basics. This comes with the full internal kit, so you don't need to install any internals. This just works out of the box with everything you need for it. Now you could swap the internals, however, it is not it's not going to be necessarily like a good idea. It is a little bit proprietary. It's definitely not like stock style internals. These are more closer to like cow, but even then it's not the same. Uses this rod here, goes through, and that's what secures the float valve inside of it. Up here at the front, we have a plastic nozzle tip, which is pretty cool. That's going to, prevent any damage from happening to the BBs from the actual nozzle portion of the nozzle. I know that's kind of maybe hard to wrap your head around, but instead of having just metal up here that's going to be pressing against the BB inside of the chamber, it is plastic, which will be good. That will prevent extra damage from occurring. However, the loading arm is metal, so the loading arm still could cause some damage, but honestly, the amount of damage that you're going to get from the loading arm or the nozzle is not going to be great. And, they went above and beyond and made the tip plastic. And you don't really need to do that, but it will make a little bit of a difference, but it's not the most necessary thing in the world. And it appears to me like there is a rod inserted in the loading arm. I'm not 100% sure. I think they maybe inserted like a steel rod there for reinforcement so that doesn't get like bent or anything, because the loading arm is kind of one of the most fragile things on a Hi-Capa, and they break quite often. However, this is already aluminum, so I don't know why you would need a steel rod, but maybe it is actually making a difference and making it a lot stronger. Not sure, and I don't expect me to have any issues with that at all. Now you can see there's some minor wear all over, and that's just going to happen with metal and metal contact. However, there is a large amount of wear right here, and that's my fault. I was using the screw on my rear sight was a little bit too like it was protruding too much, and it was dragging on the back of the nozzle here, and that's my fault. As long as you check to make sure your screw is not protruding too far past like the blowback unit, like that hole back there, then you should be fine and you shouldn't get that wear. But it's not a big deal either way. Now I'm going to show you this fitting in a bunch of different brands of hopup, or not hopup, of blowback units. Now of course the most important is going to be stock. However, with the stock one, I don't have the actual like piston part, but we can see if it fits inside of here. And I have actually never tested this before this video, and it will go in, maybe. It's definitely getting caught on something, so I would not advise using the stock one. It seems to be dragging in there. And realistically, if you are buying an aluminum nozzle, you probably already have an upgraded blowback unit. So yeah, stock one, not going to work good on stock. The best blowback unit is going to be Airsoft Masterpiece. This one I have a Seal Project piston in here, but the actual unit itself is Airsoft Masterpiece. And this is the one that I use with this nozzle. So this one fits for sure. It fits good. It doesn't drag anywhere, which is nice. Now next up, we do have the Nexxspeed. This is these two are the same brand. This is the Nexxspeed brand blowback unit. Now we can go ahead and put this in here. And it does fit. It is a tight fit. However, I don't remember if they give you different O-rings. They might have given you different O-rings, but you can always change the O-rings and that will change how it fits. But this is a tight fit, but it's not like dragging or scraping anywhere. And a lot of that's due to the design of the blowback unit. And I will have a separate video on this blowback unit. I have some thoughts on this. Next up, we have this is a laylax. This is a plastic blowback unit, and it fits good in here. There's no like real like dragging issues, which makes sense because it's plastic on metal contact, which should be perfectly fine. Here we have, this is a lacapa blowback unit. And I did recently talk to Nexxspeed, and they use lacapa parts for a lot of their like compatibility testing. So if anything works, it should be this one, and this one does appear to work properly fine. And if you hear there's like there's a minor sound of like scraping, that's not like a major issue. That is just going to, as you use this, it'll break in, and that little like rough sound that you might hear is not going to be there anymore. And here we have a Minnesota Airsoft. In this one, I do know it works. However, it's a little bit stubborn at first. So yeah, it does work. Fits in there good. And yeah, that's basically all of them. Like, honestly, like, to be real with you, the only one that matters is the Airsoft Masterpiece. That's the one that you should use. There's no reason to use anything besides that, but obviously we have the Nexxspeed one works. The stock one does not work. Don't use the stock one with this, but obviously if you're buying this nozzle, you probably already have an upgraded blowback unit. But yeah, so Masterpiece, Nexxspeed, Minnesota, hicapa, laylax, they all work fine. The stock one does not work with this nozzle. Now I'm going to just put this back in my gun. And that's really all I have. There's not really much to go over. The nozzle does work. It does feed properly. It shoots a good velocity. Obviously, the velocity is going to depend a lot on your build, but that is my video. So have a nice day. Adios. If this video was useful for you, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. Also, there is a link down below to our Discord server, and this is a Discord server with a bunch of YouTubers that are really awesome, as well as a bunch of viewers like yourself. And you are welcome to join. Have a nice day.